I don't think Ken is my definition of husband material. He's a great partner in fun times, but I need him to step up when it comes to financial responsibility.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We're talking to you guys about put a ring on it, put a ring on it, put a ring on it. And we're talking to you guys obviously about we're talking obviously clearly about Shorty and Kenneth. One of the things that was really interesting about this couple is I really believe that Kenneth does not have what Shorty really wants. It's going to be very tough to match what Shorty wants. I'm not saying that he's perfect. I'm not saying he's amazing and great, but I'm saying that it's going to be very tough, especially as a man when you're trying to meet the standards of your partner. From what it sounds like, he's going to be under pressure to meet her level. And that for any man is very difficult to accomplish. So make sure if you're new to the channel, like it, share, subscribe. We're going to talk more about Shorty and Kenneth and my first impressions. And for those of you who are returning, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right, we're going to get this intro going, baby.
Little Black Book, you know what time it is. Time it is. Time it is. Time it is. Time it is.
Yes, we are back. Sorry, I had to even turn off the watch machine, baby. All right, cool. I want to really go through some clips here just to really break down what I saw as a first impression. I'm going to go back over to what we just watched. I really want you to pay attention to what she was saying about how she felt about their particular relationship.
Low moments, for sure. At this very moment, I don't think Ken is my definition of husband material.
Now, I want you to focus on what she said there. I don't think Ken is my definition of husband material. And, you know, when someone does say those kind of things, it can be very daunting because we know she's got a standard. When we're watching the episode, she's got a standard, she's got a level, she's got an expectation. And there's nothing wrong with having an expectation. My problem is, does he meet her timescales for being able to accomplish the level that she's requiring from him? That's the key question we need to ask. Has he got that level? Has he got that enough of what she needs in order to satisfy her, right? And so we're going to dive a little bit deeper into some of the things that were said. I'm going to go slightly back. Kenneth is somebody who is enamored by Shorty. Okay, he I always talk about this with men. You don't want to get to a place where you're worshiping a woman. You don't want to do it. It is the surefire way of dying. And whenever I'm talking about worshiping a woman, what I mean in this section is when you get to a point where you highly place that person on a pedestal that your insecurities now begin to show. Because you've placed that person so high, you're thinking, how can I even match their fly in that level? Let's go back and I'll show you what I mean by that as well. Let's go to here.
Real authentic, like that boy that came and got them out the bayou that morning, that child, that boy went got them fresh shrimp out that.
Those are not out the bayou. Our chemistry is really strong, like off the chain. But we definitely have
Oh, I guess I gave you guys a wrong clip because that was not the clip I was looking for. The clip I was actually looking for, and I'll get it in a second for you guys, was really about when he was saying, you know, that he was mesmerized by her beauty, you know, and it was deeper for him in that sense, you know, for the way he felt about her. And I was just like, okay, I hear what you're saying. I think it's run about here. I hear what you're saying. Like, listen, at the end of the day, you know, I get it. A woman like this, you know, she's great, she's amazing, she's powerful, and you know what, she can do so many different things that can probably uplift your life, but you got to be so careful about the way you view her, because if you've overestimated her in your life, what you're likely to do is to try to control something because you're scared of losing it. That's where I find him to be at the moment. Scared to lose her at that particular moment, right? And there was even other things where she was like, she wants him to financially step up. I was like, okay, so you want him to financially step up. Again, this is another thing that as a man, let me tell you this now, it is very difficult. I wonder if this is the clip I'm looking for.
Makes you so angry.
we talk about the same things over and over. Future, finances, like anything that was really, really important to me are some of the things that he doesn't really care for. I'm worried.
So, again, we hear we hear quite clearly is that her biggest problem with him at the moment is finances. And this is going to play a big part in, I'm guessing, their relationship. Money is always a big issue in any relationship, but she wants him to step up financially. That's difficult. Can I be honest? That is difficult, especially for men. And that in itself creates a pressure which causes men to behave in a particular way, right? So when that man feels he doesn't match or fly that level, he's got two options. Either he quits his relationship, either he bosses up in time, or actually he doesn't make it and actually tries to control you in that relationship. Because as a man, you don't want to have all the pressures in the world facing you where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to be able to meet her level. She's going to be looking at me like I'm not a man. She's going to be meeting me thinking I'm not masculine enough. All that becomes external pressure becomes internal. And then you begin to think of ways of how to find a solution. Now, a solution isn't always a good one. Like I said, the solution could be you quit the relationship or self-sabotage. The situation could be that you try to control the woman and you try to demean her and degrade her and bring her down to a level because you don't want to raise up to that level, or you man up and boss up. And it's not often that the third choice is often taken. Let's watch a little bit more of this clip here.
Take the lead.
Oh, yeah? I say I'm a husband all the time. I ain't got the ring on the finger or nothing like that, but she's always knocking me down and putting me back in place, and I'm just a little boyfriend for night now, and sometimes I'm just...
Now, you heard him right there as well, right? Sometimes I'm just a boyfriend, right now. That's a bit problematic. If she's putting him down all the time, we got a big issue. And the big issue here is that is going to create an insecurity in this young man. If age is already a problem in terms of the age gap, and then you add the financial situation, and you put in it, and he feels like he's being put down, he's not going to react very well. That's the tough thing about it as well. He's not going to react the best possible way that you want him to. Sometimes we think that as we do this, as you try to maybe encourage him by kind of like maybe being tough love, for a lot of men, this is not going to work. You're going to remind them of a slave driver. You're going to remind them of probably their mom or dad. And all that's going to do is going to set him against you. And I always encourage this for men. Men should be getting themselves into their own lane. They should be knowing where they're going if you're going to be dating somebody who's got a high level, because you don't want that pressure of the wind blowing and old girl was like, listen, I expected this part of my life to be of a certain level and you can't provide it. You just don't want to be in that space. And that's the difficulty behind it. You don't want to be in a space where you are struggling to meet the demands of the partner ahead of you. Okay. She even said about how hard she works and, she basically saying she doesn't want to lose where she is if you go back to where we were.
But I love her for the most.
Okay. So after listening to all of your stories, one thing is clear.
I don't know if you guys noticed as well, the body language here as well. He's the only one that has his arm around his woman. Well, I'll go slightly back, you can see it. He's the only one. I don't know if he'll play it here. It might not be here that he play it. He's the only one that has his arm actually around his missus. If you can see, no one else has it. Oh, I've gone off a little bit ahead. This couple doesn't have it. Shay and Alfonso don't have it. He's the only one that has his arm around his missus. All right. But there's still a bit of a gap between the two of them as well. So I truly believe that he really cares about her in this particular way. He definitely cares. But is it reciprocated in the way that he believes he wants? Is it reciprocated for him? And when I don't mean that in a bad way for Shorty, I mean in the sense of she's not happy. And I think that embrace, as you see the arm around her, I think, and I'll be honest with you, my initial thought when I watched it and he put his arm around her, I didn't think it was cute. I can be honest with you. Before I even watched the full of the episode, as soon as I saw them at the beginning, body language, I said, I don't like his arm around her. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't particularly like it. Yeah, I don't particularly like it. Another aspect that came to the relationship was that, he feels he's supporting her, but she feels like he's not doing enough. And he basically he went into kind of like a negative zone. He basically said, basically was basically saying that, wait, I don't do it. You're saying I don't do anything. And that's not what she was actually saying. She was like, basically what you're doing is not enough. But he interpreted it as, I'm not doing anything. I'm not supporting you at all. And then he took his arm around from her. And I was like, oh, ooh, okay. I knew this was serious now, right? So there's a sensitivity with him when you question him on what he's doing. And I can understand that. It's painful to be questioned. It's painful to be questioned. It's painful to be to be told that you're not good enough or you're not meeting the expectation or demand. Totally understand that. You know, I think when we watched them on the episode, and I'm going to dive into it. Well, the arm around the shoulder that we saw earlier on is going to turn into a controlling measure. And I don't really want that for them. You know what I'm saying? But that was my first impression. The issues that they face is she wants him to man up. I think he wants a bit more support in terms of not being called a small boy and just being seen as a co-equal. If you call someone a small boy or see them as a small boy, they cannot be your co-equal. Therefore, they will always operate from a power dynamic aspect where they're being a small boy to you. You want a man, but you don't treat him like a man. You want a man, but if you don't treat him like a man, he's not going to behave like a man. He's going to behave like a boy. And he's going to be always trying to please you and like a dog with a tail wagging, try to do things to impress you. You don't want a partner to be in a space where they're consistently feeling like, I have to impress you. It never ends well. So like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. For those of you who are returning to already know what it is, baby, you got the minerals. Comment down below and let us know your thoughts on this particular couple first impression.
Level black.